Oh, welcome. This is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, Dino Stranavis, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on what is this? What day is this? This is Wednesday. Of course, we're giving you Wednesday edition of the Wrestle Cram podcast. This is actually number 13 that we're doing. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week. I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly wouldn't be me. Thank you so much. I'm humbled every single time that I do this, and I thank y'all so much for coming along this crazy ride I do call Wrestle Cram. Love you so much. Now let's do some little news or whatnot. Today will be the last day, 12 o'clock. That you can get your questions in for Friday's show of Axe Wrestle Talk. Axe Wrestle Cram. Axe Wrestle Cram. You have your the last day. Today is the last day to send those questions in. Also, if you want to go over to my Facebook group page, it is called Wrestle Cram Super Club. Wrestle Cram Super Club. Go over there. Go subscribe to them. I do subscribe to me, of course. You do not have to ask any questions or anything like that. It is not private. It is public to everybody. Go out there, have a great time. Just don't be crazy. Don't act a fool over there. But thank y'all so much for that as well. But let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Of course, we're going to talk about Goldberg Super Retirement Match or matches. After that, we are, I think we have confirmation that they are going to do some type of budget cuts with the WWE and merger with Endeavor. Also, we're going to do the NXT recap. And on top of that, we're not going to do a My Two Cents this go around. What I'm going to do after I do the recap is that I am going to do my predictions on NXT Spring Breaking, which will be next Tuesday. I'm gonna do a Spring Breaking prediction little thing. Six matches have been confirmed for that show, so we're going to have a great time with that as well. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Thank y'all so much for every single time that I do this or whatnot. Once again. Now, let's get on with the news. This is from WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. This is Goldberg. Goldberg hasn't had a retirement match yet and is seemingly open about where that might occur. The WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg was recently a guest on 93.7 The Ticket to discuss a wide variety of subjects when asked about the report of his free agent status. Goldberg attempted to shut the rumor mill down, but proceeded to quickly start it back up again. This is Goldberg saying, I'll stop the rumor mill now. The reason for these rumors is because Vince McMahon and I had a handshake, understanding that after the Roman Reigns match, I would have a proper retirement match. Goldberg, that's what he said. It continues to say that hasn't came to fruition to them. Therefore, about puts a stamp on my career. He says nobody is going to put a stamp on his career. I'm done. He said he's done when he's done, and that's the end of that story. He also says, when somebody tells me that I kind of like to fight against it, I like to do things my way, my own way, and going out on my own certainties. I currently don't go out, under Roman Reigns 3 weeks after I've had COVID, I agreed to a match if I go on a world tour to promote it myself. That's a possibility. He says, hey, I'm a businessman and I'm in the position where I firmly believe that I can make that happen. He continues once again saying that at the end of the day, like I said, I do believe that my career deserves a proper send off. And until it happens, I don't believe I'm hanging them up any time, and anything is a option. And I'm very much so leaning toward promoting it myself and doing a 4-city tour, world tour. I thought it was a United States tour, but it's a world tour. Letting the rumor mill start up after that. Wow. So it's gonna be a world tour, you guys. I don't know where you would put this in. One would have to, of course, be in Japan. The other one will probably be somewhere in London, and the other two will probably be on the coast, on each coast or whatnot. You would put it probably somewhere in California, and the other one probably in New York. I mean, I don't know where you would put these bad boys at, but man, the thing that kind of killed me about the situation is that he had an agreement with Vince McMahon after the match of Roman Reigns, after he just got back healthy 3 weeks after COVID. And apparently, Vince McMahon stiffed on him and said, no, that's not going to happen. That's the telltale signs I got out of that. And that's not cool, especially with a person the caliber of Goldberg, Bill Goldberg, who has multiple world championships. Also, even coming back after retirement to get another title. I think 2 title runs as world champion. Who did he beat? I think he beat Kevin Owens for the Universal title. And then he beat, he beat the Fiend for the Universal title again. So he had 2 more title runs after that. Of course, losing to Bobby Lashley and the Tribal Chief. This is before the Tribal Chief days. But that's kind of weird that nobody wants to send him off the right way. I did talk about Tony Khan eyeballing the situation with, of course, Goldberg being a free agent. But it looks like, and this is a smart thing, that he's going to produce it himself. I mean, the money would be even more if he does it himself. I mean, the smart thing would be to probably get with the Crockett production. That would be the logical way to do it. They did the Ric Flair disaster that was on TV. That was pretty funny. But that would be a smart thing to do if you want to do like a 4-city type or a 4 world tour type of thing. I guarantee he has all the connections with who he needs to talk to get those wrestling people there. Now, my thing is, who would he wrestle? That would be the thing. You know what? That's going to be a question to myself. I'm going to put that in the questions as well. Who do you think Bill Goldberg should wrestle? And that's going to be my question to myself at Axe Wrestle Cram. Now, if you want to know my answers to those, go to Friday. Make sure you watch Friday to see who I think he should wrestle in those 4 World Tour type of matches. But we'll see about that. I mean, I'm not the biggest Goldberg fan. I think he was a great attraction. But it is what it is. But I do agree that Bill Goldberg should have some type of retirement, just like the Great Buddha and just like Ric Flair. They should have some type of going home party or a good retirement party. But we'll see about that. Other than that, we do have a confirmation of cuts with the WWE. This is on the Dirt Sheet Radio. WWE is reportedly going to make aggressive cuts following the merger with the UFC. WWE Nick Khan spoke with Red Shield Partners and revealed that $50 million is a really conservative number. That's a conservative number. With the expense and budget cuts estimate. It continues with Tony Khan actually talking about this. If you look at what Endeavor was able to take out cost-wise from the UFC in 2016, shortly after the deal was done, we have the same expectation. We think $50 million is a conservative number we have to terms. We're going to get those in shape. I think we'll have a better sense of it in a month or so. We're going to be pretty aggressive on our company. Our organization is as lean and mean as possible. We're also going to rely on Endeavor Flywheel to make up the rest. That was Tony Khan talking. And my thing is, I see why a lot of people did not make that step to the WWE. And I see why the WWE did not take those steps to get those people. I mean, there was a lot of people that was in the makings of coming to or coming back. I mean, we had Matt Cardona, which is of course the oh baby him, Zack Ryder. We had of course Brian Cage was supposed to come. Kairi Sane was supposed to come. Who else was supposed to come? Jay White, the biggest name. Jay White, Kota Ibushi was supposed to come. We don't know what the situation is with all of those people, but we do know that when two companies, successful companies, merge, they don't need two of the same people in that same position. They're going to run both of those companies with one person. So that's what's going to happen. Also, I did talk about a little earlier on one of the podcasts where Endeavor is going to put some of their people into the WWE, so those positions will be gone as well. Now, once again, they are talking about the staff. We're not talking about the wrestlers by themselves, but we're talking about the staff as a whole. I don't know what's going to happen, who will be the people that will be laid off, but $50 million, that is a lot of money. So I guarantee that, them trying to bring in more people and trying to renew these new contracts, both Becky Lynch and apparently Drew McIntyre are still kind of in the works of trying to collaborate with them to get some type of okay with, of course, this situation. I don't know. I mean, it's just really creepy. I'm going to trust the process because it's not Vince McMahon doing it. It is Endeavor. It is that group to see who and how this is going to take place. So I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to wait and see what they're going to do. And then probably we will most definitely see if we can get some people into those positions. And then after that, we can see, hopefully we can simmer down and get back to the good things of having these fan pops of people going out of control when we get a new person coming into the WWE. Much love, of course, to Endeavor and WWE. Hopefully everything will be okay after this this cut that they're going to have. Now let's talk about, of course, NXT. NXT was really good. I enjoyed NXT a lot. Very fun. I enjoyed it. It was way better to me than Raw. NXT is truly stepping their game up. I am loving everything that Shawn Michaels is doing in NXT, with the help, of course, of Paul Levesque, Triple H. So, you know me. I hate recaps at the beginning of the show. I hate it. Hate it. But it was kind of cool because they were doing a recap and they stopped the recap, and I forgot the guy that's on the commentary. He said, "Is this thing on? Can somebody hear me? Can somebody hear me?" And they stopped the recap to show that all of the people that were facing each other for the tag titles were just erupting in the ring. It was really good. I enjoy it times 12, and it was really, really fun. So we finally get control of everybody, and we get the match between the Dyad, the Creed brothers, and the Gallows and Team Gallows, defending those titles today. Well, yesterday. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really fun match. The Creed brothers, I put money on it that they are going to be one of the groups that are called up when the draft does happen. If they're not, I don't know why. They are so good. They are so good. The whole Diamond Mine put them on TV. They are really, really, really good. I enjoy everything about the Diamond Mine and the Creed brothers. A lot of Creed stuff happened this go around, but toward the end, they attacked a member. Both Dyad had a member of the Gallows, and the Creed brothers had a member of Gallows. They had on opposite sides. They threw them into the steel steps. They got into the ring, the Dyad and the Creed brothers. They did their thing for a little bit. We get that crazy electric chair move by Julius, the Julius Ball. It was pretty cool. But we did get an issue where Ava Rain comes in to distract so the Dyad could win. Ivy Nile walks up to her, approaches her, saying, "You don't need to be interfering now. You're about to get into some drama." The Dyad gets on top rope. The Gallows, one of the Gallows members, grabs one of the members of the Dyad, throwing him to the ground. Ivy Nile gets attacked. Well, she accidentally gets hit and struck to the ground. The Creed brothers see it. They do leave to check and see what's going on. But we get Gallows with that beautiful special for them to retain the titles. Once again, this entire show, I will tell you in a heartbeat, if you don't want to listen to me, you can go and watch this. It was really, really good. After that, we get a interview with Dijak. Apparently, Dijak is talking about, of course, they were asking him about the draft. He was like, "I really could care less about the draft. If SmackDown wants me, if Raw wants me, it is what it is." But he's truly yelling at the cameraman. Apollo Crews comes out of nowhere saying, "Dude, he's just doing his job. He's just asking questions." And he's like, "Dude," and Dijak was like, "I know what you're trying to do, guy. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the uppers to check you out after this. But, we will get a match on and we'll see what happens." We will get that match after that. Noam Dar. We get a Noam Dar video package. I've never seen Noam Dar wrestle. And, well, let me take that back. I remember him wrestling when he was part of 205 Live. I think he was on 205. I think he was. I may be wrong. But, he went to, of course, NXT UK, where he became the Covenant, the Heritage Cup champion. It's not a belt, it's just a very nice looking trophy, and he never lost it. So apparently he was always the Heritage Cup champion. After that, we get a show. We get a television show within a television show with Nathan Frazier. It's called Hard Hitting Home Truth with Nathan Frazier. He talks about just a ton of positivity. He's saying speed is good, not the drug. Speed is good. And he was just saying, if you lose one or two matches, it's okay. It's okay. We are all professionals, and we wouldn't be in this position with NXT if there was not garbage people. Everybody in NXT and the WWE universe are elite people. And he's just full of positivity now. I thought that was pretty cool. Noam Dar does face a person named Miles Bourne. He's a jobber. I've never seen him before. But Noam Dar does win with a beautiful shining wizard. I don't know what he calls it, but it is a shining wizard. After that, we get a video package of Roxanne Perez talking about Zoe Stark, saying that it doesn't give you the right to be a bully or reign over people. She calls out Tiffany Stratton as well, talking about that she thinks she's the number one contender, but all she does is run her mouth, and she is an entitled little woman who thinks that she can get her way just by talking. After that, we get two video packages, but the first video package was with Kiana James talking to Briggs. Jensen comes in with a nice little ponytail, looking very professional now, and saying you need to leave. Briggs is very teary-eyed. He's like, dude, I need my friend back. I need my brother back. I need you back. But apparently Kiana James got that good, and that WAP, and I guarantee changed him into this professional guy now. After that, we get Odyssey Jones. Odyssey Jones I'm guessing, was supposed to face somebody. That didn't happen. Braun Breaker comes in, spears the all living shit out of Odyssey. And Braun Breaker gets on the mic and says, hey, Odyssey, does it hurt? And he said, well, it happens when you get in my way. And so he was talking about, of course, Chase University, where he destroyed Andre Chase, destroyed, of course, the flag, and just hated everything about the Chase University. He calls everybody in the ring, everybody in the assembly, scumbags. I'm like, dude, is this the 1990s now? Are we going back to scumbags now? I mean, come on, really? You could have called him a piece of shit. Called him a piece of shit. Come on. But anyway, he's saying that Duke Hudson comes out of nowhere. He talks about that you are not this person to come out and destroy the name of Chase U. He's truly upset. You destroyed the flag. You destroyed my MVP ceremony, and now you're gonna have to pay. Apparently, I thought that Duke Hudson was going to challenge Braun Breaker, but he put Andre Chase into the challenge. So it's going to be Andre Chase versus Braun Breaker at Spring Breaking. I was like, okay, yeah, this is getting out of hand. I don't know if Duke Hudson is trying to take over Chase U, but it's getting to a point where I'm loving this storyline times 12. After that, we get Cora Jade on the back. She does a backstage interview. She talks about that she does not regret anything she talked about today, and she's going. Gigi Dolan comes out of nowhere and says that you talked about my big booty, and now it's time to me and you to face one another. This big ass is going to destroy you. And we get that match pretty soon. After that, we get another backstage interview with Pretty Deadly, talking about that they were happy with what happened with them attacking, of course, Tony D'Angelo and Stax, destroying their designer clothes, and they're going to finish this at Spring Breaking. No rules. So we will find out what that match is going to be later on. After that, we get the Roxanne Perez and Zoe Stark match. This was the second best match of the night. Great match. Beautiful match. Zoe is... I see Zoe being called up as well. I mean, Zoe is so good. It makes no sense. And she's a great seller. But we do get Roxanne Perez doing pop rocks. And for her to win... a beautiful inverted pop rocks by Zoe. After the end of the match, we get Indy. She comes out. She does say that you did not technically lose her title, so she's going to be the first one to give her that match. Now, she does say that we are really close friends outside of the company, but when it comes to the title, I'm going all in. After that, Tiffany Stratton comes in. She's upset because she has not gotten her opportunity to be number one contender. And that's when Indy comes in and says, yo, If it shows that I have to do this, I will do this on my terms. Both of y'all will get y'all title shot at Spring Breaking. So we will get a triple threat for that women's NXT title. After that, we get a Grayson Waller backstage interview. Him talking about, of course, he has ton of respect for Melo, and he actually likes Melo. But his guest will be the NXT Men's Champion Carmelo Hayes on the Grayson Waller effect. After that, we get a last week video package with, of course, Von Wagner losing to, of course, Ilya Dragunov, and Stone said, if you lose, I am done with you. But he does open up to Mr. Stone, talking about that he is a second generational talent. I forgot who his dad is, but he talks about that, and he says, well, let's talk about it or whatnot. So I guess Mr. Stone wanted him to open up a little bit more about just his life or whatnot. So after that, we get a Axiom promo, and he now has beef with Scripps, who Scripps is totally trash. Axiom is good, and Scripps is trash. So apparently he's a superhero now. I mean, I think he was a superhero, but my thing is, and it's really weird to me. Like, Batman does have some really trash, villains. He does, but a majority of his villains are really good. You can talk about Kite Man. I think Kite Man is one of Batman's villains, but Scripps is not good at all. He's really, really bad. Last time I seen Scripps, he eliminated himself from that Royal Rumble to be the last contender for Stand and Deliver. So I'm not getting the story of Scripps. I just don't care. But apparently Axiom does. So we'll see what that. After that, we get Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade. They do get a pretty decent match. It kind of falls off, and they didn't know what they were doing at one time. JC Jane comes in. She interferes. Gigi Dolan throws. Apparently, this is a thing now. So Gigi throws JC Jane into Booker T. Booker T gets knocked out. Cora Jade gets the advantage, gets a DDT onto Gigi Dolan for her to win. Valkyrie challenge. At the end of the match, Valkyrie does challenge Cora Jade at Spring Breaking. So, but we still don't get a Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane match. We don't get that match yet. I don't know. What are they? Are they waiting on the actual pay-per-view to get this? I think it's going to be on Battleground that we get this match. This match is going to be so good it makes no sense. After that, we get a Eddie Thorpe backstage interview. He talks about 8 years. 8 years he had to scratch and claw and climb. He was cleaning floors. He was sleeping in his car. He was just talking about all the stuff, all the trials and tribulations that he had to do to get to this moment. After that, Damien Kidd comes in, gives him some claps or whatnot, and says he is very impressed with, of course, Mr. Thor or whatnot. So he's just saying that and just walked away. So apparently he's trying to recruit him to be a part of this of his new, I guess, group or whatnot. After that, we get a Kiana James and Jensen. They challenge Briggs and Fallon for at Spring Breaking. We have a mixed tag for that as well. After that, we get the Dijak and Apollo Crews. The match of the night, you guys. Match of the night. Man, I will tell anybody, if you don't watch anything on NXT, watch the Dijak and Apollo Crews match. I don't know if Dijak has some type. He has the same move as the EST Bianca Belair. It's his little special move. I thought that was really good. But after the match, Dijak does win with that. Then he grabs Apollo again to attempt to do some more damage to him. Ilya Dragunov comes out. Ilya attacks Dijak. Dijak leaves. But apparently we didn't get that match. We didn't get that match at Spring Breaking as well, so that might be at the pay-per-view or whatnot. Um, After that, we get a JC Jane interview. She's walking to her car, and she exposes Gigi and saying that, it's stuff that in that video package last week that she didn't tell y'all. She did abandon her baby brother to be abused by her parents as well, 7 years old. And she was like, so if you are, this person that was all up in there, you ran away, why didn't you, grab your brother while you was going through all these trials and tribulations? That was a valid point, I'm guessing. But, I do digress. After that, we get Charlie Dempsey. Charlie Dempsey versus Wes Lee. Before the match started, Drew Gulak does attack Wes Lee, throws him into the ring, and then the match starts. Drew Gulak is really good. I do like this combination between Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. If you don't know who Charlie Dempsey is, he is the son of your boy William Regal. So Charlie is more of a pinpoint submission type technician, more of like a Dean Malenko type person. I enjoy it times 12. He was working the knee and the leg of Wes Lee a lot, mostly trying to keep Wes Lee from flying and aerial assaults, but that did not finish it off. We did get that beautiful, crazy scissor kick with both legs move, knocking him out, and Wes Lee retaining the title. After the match, Drew Gulak attacks Wes Lee from the back. Charlie Dempsey and him just beats the living crap out of Wes Lee. So apparently we're going to get Drew Gulak and Wes Lee one-on-one probably at the pay-per-view. After that, we get the Stacks and Tony D'Angelo match. I mean, not match. This is the video package of them talking about, they used to have a really tough, bold, buff guy that they had problems with, so they stuck him into a trunk. So now they're going to do a first ever trunk match with Pretty Deadly. That's going to be at Spring Breaking. After that, we get the Grayson Waller effect. The NXT champion, of course, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. They talk about that, Carmelo Hayes tells Grayson Waller that you consistently lose. He's like, you have so many bricks, you can build an apartment complex next to the performance center. And he says that, you consistently lose. You've lost to, of course, Johnny Gargano, but once again, that is a non-sanctioned match, so it did not technically happen. And he was saying, and Grayson Waller had a valid point as well. He was saying that without Trick, you would not be the NXT champion. He was like, and we get, and the most of the interview was him. He is him, and he was like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, you don't have to know what it is. They call my name. I am him, or whatnot. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. Lots of respect between one another. They both won on Heelish tactics, so we will see what happens with this situation. Of course, Grayson Waller grabs the golden shoe, and Carmelo Hayes grabs his NXT Men's World title, and we fade to black. Once again, this entire show was a million times better than the WWE. I enjoyed this times 12. Really fun, really creative type of stuff. And hopefully we get more of this instead of the craziness that we get with NXT. Shawn Michaels doing a great job. Just like I said, Shawn Michaels doing a great job. Spring Breaking, of course, is next week. We have 6 matches for that, and I will let you know exactly who I think is going to win at NXT Spring Breaking with my predictions. All right, so the first match I see on the card is a mixed tag match between Brooks Jensen and Kiana James versus Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley. I do not see that Josh and Henley going to win this match. I do see that the heels are going to win. I feel the heels are going to win. They need to win, and I do see that Brooks and Kiana will win. After that, we get Valkyrie versus Cora Jade. I don't see Valkyrie winning this. I do see Cora Jade winning in some type of heelish faction. So she will win this match. I don't see it happening. I do see a very heavy heel type card winning this go around. Triple threat for the Women's NXT Championship. We have Indy Hartwell, Roxanne Perez, and Tiffany Stratton. I, of course, have Indy Hartwell. Come on, really? She just won that title. I do not see her losing that title anytime soon. After she just won it. She just won, unless she's injured. But I don't see her losing this title pretty soon. We have the trunk match. Pretty Deadly versus Andre. Pretty Deadly versus D'Angelo, Tony D'Angelo, and Stax. This is a good one. I don't see Pretty Deadly winning this go around due to the fact that Pretty Deadly has been terrorizing Tony D'Angelo and Stax. I don't see them, losing. I don't see Tony D'Angelo and them losing. And plus, this is their match. So we will see what happens with that. But I do have Tony D'Angelo and Stax winning this match. Andre Chase versus Braun Breaker. This should be the very first match that we have on the card. Braun Breaker is probably going to destroy Andre Chase, probably being a squash match. After that, we have the NXT champion Carmelo Hayes going against Grayson Waller. I don't see Grayson Waller being in NXT any longer than what's supposed to be. I don't see him being there. So I do see that Carmelo Hayes winning that title, or retaining the title, or losing the title and going directly to main roster, beating Austin Theory in the first match. That's the only way I do see it, but I do see Carmelo Hayes retaining the NXT title. But once again, if Grayson Waller does win, Carmelo Hayes is instantly going to main roster and will take that U.S. title off of Austin Theory, and that's just how that's gonna work. It is what it is. That's how I think will probably happen. So in the rewind, I have, of course, Brooks Jensen and Kiana James over Josh Briggs and Henley. I have Cora Jade over Valkyrie. I have Indy Hartwell over Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton. I have Tony D'Angelo over Stax. Tony D'Angelo and Stax over Pretty Deadly. I have Braun Breaker winning in a squash match with DeAndre Chase. And I have Carmelo Hayes retaining that title from Grayson Waller. In the comments, what do you think? How do you think it's going to happen? And what do you think? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Tweak it a little bit. See who you think is going to win. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Today, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock midnight will be the last time you can put your questions in for Friday. Put your questions in for Friday for X Wrestle Cram. And the questions that after 12 will be put on the next Friday, okay? So, and I'll put the new one on Sunday. I'll put that new tab on Sunday on the community page, okay? What else? Oh, do not forget, I'm also putting it on my Facebook group page. You can also go on there and you can ask your questions there as well, okay? Do not forget, you can do that as well. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. We have AEW Dynamite. Looks like we're going to have the main event will be Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow for the TNT title. That's going to be a barn burner. I can't wait to see that tonight. Like, share, subscribe again. The best is truly yet to come, you guys. The best is truly yet to come. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.